my friends! Today a new video is not a painting video. I would like to share with you the big shopping that I did in Japan. I was very lucky. I just recently came back from a trip in Japan and I went in one of the most beautiful and biggest art supply shop that I ever seen in my life, and it is called Sekaido, and I really recommend to all of you, if it happens that you go in Japan, just to go in there. There are many floors and there is everything that you can possibly wish and can possibly desire about art supplies. But without further ado, we can see what I got there and speak a little bit about that. As a first category, I will show you the pencils that I got there. This actually wasn't from Sekaido, but was from Sailor Moon shops, because I love Sailor Moon, and this is not a pen, as it seems, but it's a mechanical pencil, and I fell in love immediately when I saw it. But as I said, it's not from the Sekaido shop. But I bought in Sekaido these three pencils, and they are Mitsubishi pencils, and I got the HB, the 2B and the B pencils. I never used them before, but I know they are the go-to pencils for artists in Japan. For example, Miyazaki from Studio Ghibli actually used these pencils to create his amazing artworks for Studio Ghibli animation movie. So I decided to try them out and see if I like them. So in the near future you will see me use them, and we can speak a little bit further about how they perform. Another category is pen, and in this case I got these 7 pens. Actually the things get a little bit out of hand with pens, but they are not all from Sekaido shops. Only one actually from the shop is this wonderful Mickey and Minnie pen, and I decided to buy it because it's burgundy color, and I never see before a pen burgundy color. I love to sketch in my sketchbook with pen. If you saw my video about sketching with highlighters, you know that, and I would like to try a different color from the usual. I thought that this color was quite unique, so I decided to get it. Then from other shops I got these pens. In particular, I got this multiple color pen that is a big actually pen, and I got it in a museum, so it's not a professional kind of stuff. If you follow me on social media, you know that I love to use multicolor pen, so I didn't resist when I see this one that was from a museum, but at the same time was branded by Bic, because I actually love the very cheap pen by Bic. And then I got some pen from Disney store. In particular, I got these 3 set of pen with the characters from Nightmare Before Christmas. It's one of my favorite movie of all the time. And then I got this pen that is inspired by Peter Pan movie, another of my favorite. Last but not least, I got a Sailor Moon pen, and I got it in the Sailor Moon store because, as I said before, I can't resist. I really love Sailor Moon. Next very important category for me is brush pen. In fact, if you go in Japan, you cannot resist to buy brush pen because they use them a lot for line art. It's very important line art in the Japanese style of drawing. I got these 2 brush pen from the National Museum in Ueno that I visited in Tokyo. Then I got these 3 pen from Sekaido, and I cannot say to you the brand of these 2 because I immediately opened them because I want to see how they perform. So I couldn't resist actually on my trip, and yeah, I already opened it. So I don't know what is the brand, but these are the 2 pen that I got, and I think they perform quite nicely. And last but not the least, I got this pen that is rechargeable, as you can see. So it costs a little bit more, but I think it was worth all the money, because I can buy ink and keep using it forever, like, and it is also a brush pen, and I got it also this in Sekaido shop. Next category, I think the most interesting one of all, I got a lot of watercolors actually, because I love watercolor, I love painting in watercolor, and I heard a lot of good things about Japanese watercolors, so I decided to buy mainly two brands, Holbein and in this case Kuretake. Kuretake Gansai Tambi is a very famous brand in Japan and is quite cheap. Initially, when I went there, I wanted to buy the 48 palette, that is the biggest one with almost all the color, I think. But when I saw it in person, I realized it was too big for my luggage, so I decided to buy three palettes actually, and also a single pen, as you can see here. For a single pen, I decided to buy this wonderful bronzy golden color, and I'm looking forward to use it. I decided to buy just one metallic color because it's not something that I really use in my painting, but we will do something with it for sure, especially now that it is Christmas time. Then I decided to buy these three wonderful palettes. These two are quite classic palettes. This is all with classic kind of color. There are primary colors, and there is the black and white and some other very basic color in it. There are 12 pans in it, and they are full pan as you can see, and I really love the style of the palette that is in paper material. Then I decided to buy this more pastel color palette, because these colors are not very usual in my palette, so I decided to buy it, because also I love to paint like flowers and more pastel kind of subjects, so I'm looking forward to try this one. And the third palette is this palette that was, I think, a limited edition or some kind of palette that was made in collaboration with an artist, but I'm not sure about that. When I saw actually the sample, I loved the color range, and especially I love this wonderful whitish green, so I couldn't resist and I decided to buy this. And I also noticed that the color are quite different from the others palettes, so I thought that there weren't color that repeats themselves, so I decided to got also this, and I really love this combination. It's a little bit more dark kind of palette with pops of color here and there, and I'm looking forward to use this too. Now, as I said, the other brand that I bought was Holbein. I really looked forward to buying this brand actually, because it's quite expensive. Buy this brand from Finland, and there are not stores in Finland that sell Holbein products, so you have to order them online and pay delivery. So when I was there, things go out of my hand a little bit, because I couldn't decide what to get, and I decided to get almost everything that I see and that can fit in my luggage. In fact, there was the gouache set of 48 colors, but didn't fit in my luggage. It was too heavy, too big, so I decided to go for the 24 set, but buy some colors, single colors that I really love. In particular, my first idea when I got there was to buy the seasonal set, so the spring set, the autumn set of gouache that Holbein did, but I didn't find it in Sekaido. I also asked to the sale assistant, but she said that they were completely out of stock, so I decided to buy some colors that were in the set as a single color to complete my gouache collection. So now they put the three single colors inside this package for travel reason, that I bought this wonderful harsh blue, this wonderful ash green, and this amazing green color that I really love. It's like a Tiffany kind of color. Proceeding with the second box, I bought this lilac, I bought the smart blue, and this brilliant pink. As you can see, they are all quite desaturated kind of color and pastel kind of color, because as I said before, I really love pastel color, and it's something that I don't have in my art supply. Next box we have dark green, we have moss green, and we have permanent white. Actually the permanent white is present also in the pre-assembly box that I bought, but I decided to buy another one because the white is the color that I'm running out quicker. So as you can see, a lot of green in my single choices because I love to paint nature and trees and plants, so I thought that was a smart choice for me. Last box of singles, I have these I don't know how to say, Jaune Brilliant G530. It is better this way. I have Naples Yellow Italian, and I have Cobalt Turquoise, that is the G569. So other pastels and kind of desaturated color. I love also this combination actually now that I see it, so maybe stay tuned that I will do something with this three color. Proceeding now with the big pre-assembled box. So these are the 24 color that are inside. There are primary colors, there is the white, there is the black, there are some brown that are very useful, some blues, yellow, a lot of greens and some reds. You can actually have all the color that you decide to have in this single box, but as I said, I was there and I couldn't resist to buy also my dream other pastel kind of color. I have also to add that I got this box with the tubes that are 15 milliliters each, but there is also a box with the tubes that are smaller size, like 5 milliliters tubes. But actually I would prefer to have more quantity of color in the tube, because this is the first professional set of gouache that I ever had, and I would like to invest more money in this set. Different species for Holbein watercolor, because I decided to go the set with just 5 milliliters tubes inside, but I got the set of 48 colors because it fits well in my luggage and it was lighter. As you can see, in this set also you can have all the colors that you desire, but I decided to go with a smaller tube size because I already got the Kuretake colors, so I thought that were enough watercolor for almost all my life, so I decided to go just this set. But as you can see, it's wonderful and there are so many different colors that you can realize whatever you like. And I'm planning to do a lot of works both with gouache and watercolor, so stay tuned about that and let me know in the comment below if you would like also to have some review about this color. I'm planning also to do a color chart and swatches about all the colors and maybe also a video review about that, but let me know if it is something that you are interested about and also which kind of product interests you the most. Last but not the least, I got some accessories. I got the water travel friendly holder from Faber-and-Castell because it was quite cheap and it is always handy. Then I got some brushes, and as you can see I got all brushes that can contain water inside because I already got one from Pentel and I really love to paint with it, especially with gouache. So I got other two from Pentel, one with a square point and one with a round point. And then I got a set of 3 from a different Japanese brand, and inside there is the flat one, the round one and a large round one. Last but not least, I got a mixing palette that contained 18 places for mixing color because I thought it was very handy for me to use it, especially with gouache, because I can mix the color and when they dry out I can reactivate them, so in this way I don't waste any color. So that's it guys, this was all my big haul that I did at Seikaido and some other different shop as I showed you in the video. Please let me know in the comment below, as I said, if you are interested to see some review on some specific product or I don't know, some swatches or If you need some more information, please just write me down below and I will try to reply to you as soon as possible. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to don't miss any other content and to see how these art supplies will work in paintings and drawing. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon. Moi moi!